My name's James Patterson and I'm Director of the Media Archive for Central England, the regional film and television archive for the East and West Midlands. We're an organisation who are responsible for collecting material and cataloguing it, researching it, preserving it and making it available in the long term. And the material that we work with here at Mace is material which informs our understanding of the Midlands and its history and culture. The project that we're currently working on, and the project which this film is going to illustrate, is to do with a collection of material which was deposited with us by the Wolverhampton Archives, which is suffering from the chemical breakdown of the material which we call the vinegar syndrome, which is a breakdown of the acetic base material which begins to decay, and in the course of that decay releases acetic acid, which is why it smells like vinegar. And that acetic acid in turn attacks the material and advances the decay. The problem is one which can't be rectified in the sense that you can't turn the problem round and take the film back to how it was at the beginning. You can arrest the decay if you keep the film at very low temperatures, and by low temperatures I mean below freezing. But that's not possible for us here at Mace. We don't have those kinds of sophisticated storage conditions. So our approach here is to make new digital copies of the material. And this project is about undertaking that work so that we can save this collection of material and make it available for people to see and research and enjoy in future years. Now, the collection of material which has come to us from Wolverhampton Archives is material which was made by a Wolverhampton-based film company in the 1950s, 60s and 70s before they went out of business. There's material which is promotional for companies making boilers and washing machines, and more specialist things like machine tools and machines to go into factories to make other things. When the Warners collection arrived from the Wolverhampton Archives, we were aware that it was in poor condition. Now, this particular collection is showing particularly bad decay in the soundtracks. The soundtracks seem to be worse than the picture elements. And once the decay begins to happen, the film itself ceases to be as elastic and plastic as it ought to be, becomes quite brittle, becomes quite shrunk and warped, and develops a kind of surface layer of what looks like a very fine salt, which adheres to it, which of course makes the picture look very poor, but on the soundtracks you get the same kind of deposit, which means that they don't play properly. The process for digitizing material is one which is about making sure that the film material that you're starting from is in the best possible condition. So we will start by making sure that the film has enough leader on the beginning and end so that we can lace it properly through the materials. We will wind through the material, checking that all the joins in the original film are still good, remaking any that need to be remade. Once the film is, we're happy that it's clean and that it's in the best condition that we can possibly put it into, then we will put the film onto a telecine machine. We will run the material through the machine. We will look at what we call the grading, which is the amount of exposure that the film has, how light it is and how dark it is in the picture. And we can adjust the amount of light that goes through the film as it passes over the camera so that we can try and even out any huge variations in the darkness and the light. And we will take the picture elements and we will run them through the machine. From a video feed, we capture those as a digital file. We will also take separately the soundtrack, and we will run that on a different machine, and we will capture the sound also as an audio file. And then once we've got those elements, we move those files into another part of our computing kit here, and one of my colleagues will then begin to reconstruct the film from the various elements that we have transferred. So we may have, to start with, 2 or 3 different picture elements. And we capture all of those things as different files and the soundtrack separately, and then we will digitally pull them together and re-edit and reconstruct the original film. And in that process we will also undertake any colour correction that we feel needs doing. We'll adjust any issues to do with the speed. That the digital part of the process is very much about reconstructing the original film. At the point at which we're making this film, it's May 2014, and the project is about halfway through, but the project is due to finish at the end of March 2015.